Hendrix concert.
Are we? Hey, that was fast. Okay, anyway, first of all, thank you all for coming out to the Basket Theater. My first trip to Lawton, Oklahoma has been very memorable. Wonderful people. It's interesting that one of the things about being on the Munsters, it's been such a long-term, family-friendly, multi-generational hit that I've been blessed to have met millions, well, I don't know about millions, but definitely hundreds of thousands of people over the last 60 years. So thank you for always watching the show and turning it on to your kids and so on and so on. So thank you for being Munster fans, and thank you for being fans of the theater. Movie theaters like this are what I grew up with, and I think it's the best value for going out, and especially this particular theater is just fabulous. They've done such a great job with this, you know, and I can't thank them enough. So everybody, God, I'm at a loss for words. It's Justin and Autumn, and thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it very, very, very much. And thank you, Lisa, for helping me with the photo ops and everybody else. So what you're about to do is Munster Go Home. And how many people here have already seen the movie? How many people haven't? Okay, so here's the deal. It's about 50-50. So what happened was the Munsters was a really popular show in 1964 and 1965. But in the 65 season, the whole transition of television programming was going from black and white to color. And ABC had put a color show up against us called Batman. And Batman really beat us in the ratings pretty badly. So the studio was considering what to do with the Munsters. Should we put them in color, or should we let them go fall by the wayside? And they were arguing back and forth about who was going to pay for the color episodes. But what I believe happened was Fred Gwynn and Al Lewis, who played Herman and Grandpa respectively, were from New York. And they had been out in Los Angeles for 2 years, and they really didn't like it out there. And Fred, unfortunately, had a tragedy where his little boy drowned in a pool while he was out there. And I think that he felt somewhat responsible for that had he been back in New York, this would have never happened. So the mood was, they decided not to make a third season and go to color, but they decided to shut down production after 31 episodes instead of 39 and make a color movie. And the reason for that was the color feature would introduce the world to the Munsters, which would then make it easier when they saw that syndication was going to be coming into place in the next few years. It would make it easier for the world to know who the Munsters were, and it was sort of a strategic business move / color exposure situation. Now, when you watch the movie, you'll notice that there's a red-headed Marilyn. Pat Priest, who played the Marilyn that did 57 episodes, replacing Beverly Owen, she was 27 years old at the time, and Marilyn was supposed to be a teenager. But what they did is Debbie Watson, who you'll see, and did a great job, but she was under contract to Universal, and they were grooming her for a new show called Karen. And she was the star, and she was a redheaded teenager situation. So they thought this would be a great spot to introduce Debbie and get more people to be aware of her that might help the Karen be a success on television. We didn't go to England. A lot of people asked that, although we brought a lot of English actors to us. You'll see Hermione Gingold, Terry Thomas, let me see, we have Bernard Fox, Richard Dawson is in it, long before Hogan's Heroes and the Family Feud. Let's see, we got Roger Pine, who is not English, but he plays Marilyn's love interest, and you'll recognize him from Chips, where he was a sergeant. And his son, who's a huge star right now, is Chris Pine. So there's a little bit of a Hollywood connection there. The movie is pretty well made. It's funny. It's a dated movie. It is made in 1966, so it's coming up on 60 years old itself. But it does showcase the Munsters in England. We had a good time. I had a wonderful time doing it. It was sort of surreal because the last night of the shoot in the script was actually the last time we actually were together. So as we read the script, and the last scene was actually the last day of shooting. So as we drove off into the evening that night, we basically parted ways and never became the Munsters again until about 40 years later, which is very surreal. But before, I know we're running a little late, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap this up. I will be putting my cars and stuff away, but after the movie, I still will be here in case you may have gotten a phone call from someone that wants something or whatever, but the merch table will still be available, and I'll wrap up right after the end of the movie. So, thank you. The fact that you guys are Munster fans and you always come out, I can't thank you enough. We love doing it, and it's a great part of being part of your childhood and your kids' childhood, your grandparents' childhood. So thanks again, and enjoy Munster Go Home.